pressure. Moving forward is the key. Never content, never looking back, that's the goal, you know. Look, self-growth is what I'm really on. Dedicated to the grind till we all on. It's like I got the world in my whole palms. Ask for guidance, pray to God, hope he right my wrongs. Came a long way, wheels still rolling. A lot of left when I was down, but I ain't tripping no way. Fire still burning.
All right, y'all, we back with another great episode. Chatterbox TV featuring yours truly, King Jacob. And man, we got a topic for they ass tonight. It's been a heavy discussion. So, we got none other than my brother Ikon E. Got none other than the great Dr. Chandra Smartt Spicer and the world renowned Renatta Nikole. What's going on?
Hey,
Hey, hey.
What's going
What's
on? What's going
happening?
on?
What's happening, man? So, man, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, it's been a lot of entertainers as far as on the mainstream media who are talking about, the AI musicians, and they don't feel like it's real art. They don't feel like it's somebody perfecting their craft. So, it's been a lot of discussions, man. How Universal and Epic and Sony are signing AI artists. You know what I mean? And they signing them for not no 500,000, not no 1 million, but 3 million and up. You know what I mean? So, what do y'all feel about the AI artists versus the original artists? What are your thoughts on it?
well, I mean, AI artists, right now they're doing their thing. They their music sounds they're killing the game right now. I hate to say it, but they're doing their thing right now. Their music sounds just as good as some of the greats are up there with some of the greats. I don't want to take nothing away from some of the greats, but they are putting out some good music right now. Some music that I personally would rather listen to over some of the music that's coming out right now.
Okay.
For me, I say get in where you fit in. The time is AI. You either get there or they gonna beat you there. So, and I don't think that anybody that does AI music, AI art is taking away the artistic ability of the person who's the behind the creation. Um, for me, it was just about looking for a singer. So I kept looking for somebody to do a demo for me. And when AI came out, I didn't have to keep looking for people. I could write my songs and I can tell it how I want it to sound, and it would do what I'm asking it to do without the headache of a human person's schedule and their do's and their don'ts and all of that stuff that comes with it. So, I mean, I think both of them are amazing, whether you have the vocal ability or if you have the creativity ability. So,
Icon E. What you think, brother?
Well, well, about the I just turned 50 yesterday, so I'm gonna be that old man on the lawn, and I'm about to tell y'all the absolute truth. And the truth of all this is some bull jive. Because at the end of the day, I said this a few years ago when AI came out, I knew this was going to create a lot of problems. It created a lot of problems in the business world. It's created a lot of technology, and it's creating all these problems in the music game. Because all it's doing is making the labels lazy, it's making artists lazy, it's making everybody lazy. Because at the end of the day, if it's not about your true talent and who you really are on that behind that microphone, then at the end of the day, it's all fake to me. It's all some bull job. So in my opinion, I don't like this AI stuff. I don't think it should be accepted in our world. But we in America, we want everything microwave, we want everything quick, we want everything easy. We don't want to work for nothing, we don't want to fight for nothing. We want everything just given to us. So this is what happens when you get this AI versus original, and you can't tell them apart. And then the label heads and executives don't want to put in the same work that they was doing in the 80s and the 90s and the 70s and back when Motown was actually putting in the real work. They want to do what they doing now, and that's what we gonna get. And it is what it is. All I can say. You know what I mean? So
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. When it comes to the labels,
Mm-hmm.
they've been fucking lazy a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because when I first got in the music game, you really had to be outside. Your boots had to be on the ground. You know what I mean? And now these labels have these college kids, that's their A&Rs, that don't know the difference between nothing. They just don't know the difference between anything, man. So and they don't know music, and they definitely don't understand our culture. You know what I mean? Because you study something don't mean that you're great at. I'd rather have a person who's been hand on hands in the trenches, you know what I mean, that make mistakes and knows how to get it right, than to just have somebody that just came out of college. You have no experience. You ain't been through the trenches. So I think that from the business standpoint of the executives, they've been lazy. And I think AI made the like so you telling me that you would give AI artists $3 million. But man, listen, I hear raw talent every day, and most of them are independent artists. You know what I mean? A lot of independent artists. You send me independent artists that's raw. You know what I mean, Chandra? I couldn't introduce me to independent artists that's raw. You know what I mean? And I know for a fact that there's a lot of people who have created AI artists. They can sing their asses off, but they don't want to be on front. They
Yeah.
don't want to be on Front Street, but they can sing. You know what I mean? And I always try to get them to get on Front Street, man. That's your talent. That's a God given gift. Get your ass out there and sing, man.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As that man said on Fire Heartbeats, y'all a singing group. Won't y'all sing some? Sing some.
hey, Jacob. Yeah, Jake, can I say this?
uh,
You know the problem with that whole thing as far as like the AI artists who they just want to sing behind behind that whole concept of it all. How we don't know if they get on stage they gonna freeze up? How we don't know if they can really perform? How we don't know if they get in front of a microphone and be able to in an interview and they gonna be able to critique themselves? How we don't know?
yeah,
Well, that is true. How do you know? That is true, but like Renata said, some and like Jacob said, I can only vouch for me and say for me, I've been singing all my life, and I went to school for singing. I know singing. I know how to write music. I know how to do all of that. I had opportunities to sing, but I don't want to be in the front street. So I choose AI. I'm a writer. I choose AI to write my music and to put it out there because I can't find a artist that will commit to doing what I want them to do or need for them to do. So I choose it to get it out there. I choose AI to be use the music for my movies and placements and do it for that.
Mhm.
Um and so that's one reason why I use it. But you don't know if someone can get out there and perform the song the way that you would want them to do it. But then again, there are some that can do it. Most of these artists that use AI, they do sing into the programs and reverb and know how to do all of those things. I know that I do that. I get into the program and I use my own voice and play with the instruments and the things and the auto tunes and do all of those things. But I can't say that everyone else does that. I can only speak for myself Do I want to be in the
But
front? No, I don't want to be in the front. Does Jacob get me ask me to do it? Yes, he does. And I tell him, hell no. But
I I can't look
I
here,
get
man.
where
Let
you're
me tell you
coming
this.
from, but I get where you're coming from too. Um, and you're right. But at the same time, I get where my sister comes from. If you don't get with the program, you're gonna be left behind, with not being out there and getting your stuff, your product out there, and then some of this music out here is garbage, it's trash, and people are not producing um the music of yesterday anymore. I know when I write music that I like to hear, that I want to hear, that I want to listen to. I listen to music. The music I listen to is everything that I write, everything that she writes, and some of the other ones that I know. Real talk. Because I don't like what I'm hearing anymore. And that's just honest, being honest.
I don't see
And
why I don't see
go
why
ahead.
we can't have the option. Like if you like steak and I like tacos. I mean, you like live, I like AI. I can if you like gospel, you like country. Why is it not a genre of its own instead of a war between a person who wants to be in the front versus the one who is still creatively talented? I write and I can write. And I can make somebody sing it for real, or I can sing it for real, or I can make I sing it for real. But it doesn't take away to my ability to write. So just I feel like you should do what you like, whether that's AI or you get on the mic in the studio. That's on you.
Well, from you,
So
from the
so
standpoint that you said it, like from the y'all standpoint, I understand when it comes to like being behind the scenes and being a writer and using it for, like you said, her movies and concepts like that. I get all that. That's not even what I'm more speaking from them artists that want to fake like a vanilla style
Whoa,
situation where they want to put
excuse
it, where
me.
they want to use this and they not really as talented, or they not really, or they catfishing you while they doing it. Because we had a situation with that when we was dealing with that other situation. We had somebody doing AI and they was doing some catfishing along the way because they was presenting themselves as being Beyonce when they were looking like, they were putting themselves like Janet Jackson, but they were looking like Freddie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And
Now, I would
so,
agree with you.
you know,
I
Right,
don't
we don't want
agree with
that.
that.
you know,
We
we,
don't
we,
want that.
we don't want that. That's not what that's for.
you know what
No,
I'm
we
saying?
don't want that. I don't agree with that, and I do agree with separating the two. Now, if you went out there, if you're a true talented artist, and you went out there and you did the work, you should be paid for your labor.
hmm
Now, that should be a separation between the two. If you were in the studio and you did the work and you were in there sweat and tears, yes, you should be paid for what you did. And if you did it straight through AI, then that should be a separate fee for that, because there's a difference between the two. If
hmm
you did it straight old school out the back of the trunk, then yeah, you should be paid for that.
No,
But if it's
definitely.
straight AI, then yeah, buddy, you did that, but
You didn't.
you didn't do it like they did it back in the day. But if you straight Millie Vanilli and you trying to be Janet and you sound like Victor, hell no.
And then
Mm-mm.
some people don't even
We
write
ain't
it.
doing that.
So some
Right.
people they're on AI and they have an AI song and they're not even writing it themselves either. So now that's really nothing to do with their creativity at all. They
Mhm.
just got a tool and they used it and it's not the
And
same.
and let me say this too. Even though I wrote a song, I may produce the song and I might even distribute it and put it out there.
hmm
I will redistribute the song if I find someone who can sing it.
That's really the point.
Definitely. I'm still looking for a voice.
Yep.
And if they can sing it, I will redistribute it and let them sing it.
But see,
I have no
it's
problems with that.
it's a difference when you're using, you know, the AI for songwriting. So a lot of people that I've talked to that use it, they want to build a catalog to get a publishing deal. You know what I mean? And
Oh
find a
no.
singer, find a singer that they can work with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you get in the industry as a songwriter, like we can say Dream, Blue Kent Trail, Carrie Hilson, Neo, like they were
Mhm.
songwriters first,
Right.
but artists is just lazy now. Them motherfuckers won't bust a grape if they had a contract with Welch's. They lazy as hell, man. They always want something handed to them, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know about nobody else there, but when I first got in this music industry, I got cussed out a lot, boy. Like my old head, he's like, boy, you taking it too easy on these lazy motherfuckers, man. Cuss they bitch asses out. That's exactly what he told me. You know what I mean? Old school dude. They would have the dog hat, shirt and tie all the time with that big ass long ass Cuban cigar sticking out of your mouth. And every other word was a cuss word. For
Oh
real.
wow.
You know what I mean?
Oh
And so I just think that it ain't started with AI. I'm gonna tell you what started it. The streaming industry made artists real lazy. Like I remember when you used to have to go on that pavement and press them CDs up, and you had to get your music heard like that because if you wasn't somebody that was co-signed, the radio station wasn't playing you.
wow.
You had to have a relationship with somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And so and
Yeah.
so therefore, a lot of people started getting played on the radio because them DJs always, man, you always out here pushing your music. Come up to the radio station, let me give you an interview. We gonna put you in rotation. That's how it was. But the streaming, I don't think that an indie artist should be on the platform as Jay-Z. I remember when you had mainstream hip hop and you had underground hip hop.
Yeah.
And
I remember that
and
too.
and since they've taken that away, it makes it for an independent artist even harder to get on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even harder. So you telling me that you said that you dropping music this month, but Kendrick just dropped the album, J. Cole just dropped the album. How can you really compete? Because you definitely don't have the same amount of marketing dollars that they have. So
No.
it's like trying to pull some meat out of bear's mouth. It's a no-win situation. And so now even with even with AI now, you know, a lot of people are looking for those music supervisors, or looking for those sync licensing agents. You know what I mean? Like they
Mm.
don't really want to perform out there on the mainstream media, but everybody know that the TV, document, video games, and the movies, those synchronized deals bring you value of a dollar for a very, very, very long time, a very long time. You know, I
Mm.
was I would just listen to the soundtrack of Jason lyrics today, and that movie is man. I think Moses might have played in that movie. It's so damn old. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, man. Like the point is that those soundtracks that we've listened to 20, 25, 30 years ago, we can still listen to those soundtracks and it still moves us. So that's why AI came in the picture because don't nothing move people no more.
Mm.
Hey, you know something too, and this is the problem. So, y'all remember middle school, high school? You used to have to write a paper, and you had the
Yeah.
students that actually, when they say you could lose the cliff notes, and it was the students that understood. Okay, you take different parts and you write your paper. Then you got them students that try to use the cliff notes. You know what I'm saying? They literally try to turn in the whole cliff notes as a paper.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's how.
Hey,
And
too,
so them same people gonna transition. It's like when you see a street person transition to the music game. This Cliff Note person transition to the AI game, and they literally trying to use the whole AI script as a whole song to see if they can get away with it. So that's the problem with some of these folks. Not because I know y'all putting the work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all two are putting in the work, but some of these jokers. Oh no, they gonna mess around and be done try to use one of the whole Biggie. I got a story to tell and make it out like they wrote the whole song. Be like, oh, they ain't gonna know no different. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
So
you
so
know,
so Sean, I'm gonna say this. How I kind of just spoke about the Cliff Notes. There's some people that'll take them Cliff Notes and write them down verbatim and say they did it. And those are the
yeah,
same people in life who can't think past go.
yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Yep. So
Yes,
so
they will.
that's my problem with AI because it get real tricky. You know what I'm saying when you're dealing with them type of folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
they will. Yes, they will. They do it all the time. They
Mm-hmm.
they
We got
them the
that in
same
every
people.
we
Go
got that
ahead.
in every category though, for real. Like we could talk about any category and you got those different entities of people. Like me and Chandra, we on the ground doing acting. Like we really in the outside, but you'll get an influencer who just got a lot of numbers and they can get a role on the big screen real quick. And we got a big old resume of really
Mm-hmm.
going to auditions, taking classes, doing shows, doing movies on the stage, doing plays, and doing all of that. So it's always a cheat code somewhere in every category. So
Mm-hmm.
I
But
mean,
but but I understand about the cheat code, but even though it might be a cheat code, man, in in the end, them cheat codes gonna be losing
oh yeah,
because you
they're not gonna
because
make
you, right, because you never put the work in, so you never did anything to make you better. All you did was take an idea from somebody else and you copied it.
Ah,
And Sean, you know how that go, man. You on the creative side and the executive side, and so I mean, I tell people ain't nothing new under the sun. People been doing that, man, and then people so are inferior to something that somebody may have going on, and they don't want to give you a real shot because if they're
right.
not a part of it, they
they
don't
don't
want to
want
give you a
to.
real shot. But
Mm-hmm.
why
Exactly.
should I let you be a part of my creation of my craft, and you went with me shooting in the gym
They
for real?
expect you to people expect you to give them something based on you being their day one.
Mm-hmm.
They expect
Mm-hmm.
you to
They
just hand them the cookie because you knew them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not right either
nah,
because
man.
we boys, we girls, we this, and you knew me. That don't mean you can deliver what I need you to deliver.
But you
But
can't see.
that's we loyalty. You supposed to do this. No, I'm not supposed to do this. What did you do to prepare for this? And people don't understand that it takes work. This stuff ain't easy.
No, it's
It's
not.
not easy, And then, I mean, this is my project. This is my baby. What you do will determine the outcome of what I'm putting out. You can mess my stuff up because you don't know what you're doing. What
Everybody's not.
happens then?
Everybody's not a like-minded individual. And what I mean by like-minded, not saying they're not good at what they do, but for what you want done in the vision you have, they
Right.
might not be good for it. And that don't mean that you can't work with them again. But uh,
No.
chill, homie. This is out your circumference zone. And then when people may say that, hey man, your shit on another level. And when people hear that chitter chatter from other people, they assume like it's your fault that they saying you ain't told nobody what to say because you don't
No.
got nothing to do with shit what nobody else say. If that's what they think, that's what they think. And just like they said it to you, they'll say it to whoever. Man, that shit good. Point blank period, man. If
Exactly.
people just need to. I remember it was a time when everybody came together collectively as a unit. You know what I mean? I remember that it was a time like if old boy Tim had a project out, everybody had on t-shirts with his project on it, and it'd be about 20 or 30 people just moving in unison, going to club, showcase to showcase. But now people are not. They don't want to see each other win. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's crazy because if it should be like a chain reaction. If I win, I'm gonna bring you along, and you bring the next member along, and she bring the next person along, so everybody can really win together, just like Wu Tang.
I was just
Wu Tang.
watching something like that today.
Hmm.
Goody Mob and the Dungeon Family. I was watching a documentary, and that's how they was
Yes.
moving.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Well,
They
you
don't
know
Like
what
this.
though? Let's keep it all the way 100. If the industry, the powers that be, would say, okay, we're gonna go back to the grassroots and make everybody come outside, meaning you have to go to the clubs and do showcases and open mics and different stuff. The artists would have to go that route to get put on. But being at the end, the powers of be don't want to do it. They don't want to be outside no more. They don't make the artists go outside. So they say, okay, we rather sit behind a laptop and listen to all this garbage online and then figure and then whoever got the biggest numbers, we don't really care about the talent. You know what I'm saying? This girl over here shaking her ass and this one over here talking about shooting up everybody in the club and popping mollies, but he got 5 million views and she got 5 million views. We just gonna sign them. We don't really care if they can make another song past the one they got. We'll figure it out when we get to them, when we get to that point. But if they actually made you put in the work, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because back in the day, for you to get on, you had to actually put in the work. And even if you got signed, I'll say this, even like in the 80s and 90s, you heard stories about, especially in New York, about artists running up on this exec in downtown New York or running up in their offices and whatever. But once they got there, you know what I'm saying, they would still have to go through a developmental stage. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Be
artist
developed.
development, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep, that what it's
exactly.
called.
Exactly. They used to have to go through that before they were just getting put out there or whatever. You know, have to pay their dues, and someone would have to open up for artists and carry crates and bags and stuff like that before they even seen the stage. You know what I mean, or whatever. So, you know, and
So I'm glad I got you two ladies on here. So with the film and TV, you know what I mean. I know about the music industry, and I know how much work it take, and how some people don't even get on. Like 50 Cent, it took him 13 years to get on. You know what I mean? It's other artists that it took 15 to 16 years to get on. So with the film industry, what moves you, Chandra, to want to give somebody a chance?
Their drive. They
Okay.
gotta want their drive. They gotta be hungry enough for it. I usually know how hungry they are and how serious they are by their movements
Hmm.
and how they present themselves. They'll tell me right out the door, first day, whether they want it or not
Okay.
on the movie set.
Okay.
They'll make or break themselves the first day.
Okay. I got it. So Renata, so you, I see you. I see your progression. I see your progress. You climbing. You climbing. You climbing some more. So why did you choose acting, and what motivates you to keep going and going and going?
Well, I was naturally just organically attracted to the stage. So like even in kindergarten, a lady just pulled me out the class and was like, I want you to be Rosa Parks. So it just I already knew how to memorize things very quickly. It was just naturally in me. It was just more like a gift or something. So I didn't think it would ever happen for me. My mom tried to get me to audition for the role of Rudy. I think at the time, I think I was like a year too young or something. But then later on, I still didn't believe it would happen. And my mother was my motivation because she kept saying, "You could do it. You could do this. You could do that." And I'm like, "Girl, I'll never probably be on no stage." And now by the time she got sick, I've been on the stage all the time. And I was doing a lot of stage plays at the time. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is really happening for me. And but yeah, it really was all a crazy, weird situation that took place because I didn't have an ID or no social security card and couldn't get a job. And, and it was like, if you could do
You
anything in the
funny.
world,
You
what
funny.
would you do?
You
So,
you real funny.
uh,
I'm gonna tell you why you funny, Renatta. I'm gonna tell you why you funny. I'm gonna tell you why you funny.
yeah.
This laid back, modest person act like she ain't got no resume, that she ain't did this and that. But you you touch something that really teaches people about acting. Like I know for a fact that people who do stage plays, man, they something different. You know what I mean? Cause them, especially if you with a company that doing the stage plays and they got 50 dates set up and the money don't be that great at first for the
Uh-uh.
stage plays. You know what I mean? And so you really got to have a passion and drive to really keep doing them stage plays, man. But I had no idea, that you did stage plays. Man, salute to you, man. So I mean, keep going. And speaking of stage plays,
Hold on, Jacob. She
I,
said she said she auditioned. You said audition for Rudy
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she
from the
did.
from the Cosby Show.
Yeah,
yeah,
she
Hmm.
said
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hold
Uh-huh.
on, come on. You ain't that old. I thought you like in your 20s.
Oh
Oh, black
Oh
on
my
crack.
goodness.
no. Episode is great.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't. Okay, that's what threw me off. I was like, what? What is he talking
Black
Okay.
about?
on crack.
Hey, Icon. So since she auditioned for Rudy, she can just call me Bud. She can call me Bud.
Hey, bud.
You ignorant.
uh, yes. So yeah, and I just started. What my goal was to just go be a serial auditioner. I just wanted to learn how to audition because I had wrote a movie at the time and I didn't even know what I was doing. And every time I went to audition, I got a role, and I was like, "That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn how to tell somebody how to audition for me."
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So speaking of that, I know you still writing and all that great stuff. So where did your place of writing come from? And I've heard people say, man, it took me, several pieces to really get good at this writing. Or so was it something that you was naturally gifted with, or is it something that you've been doing behind the scenes for a very long time, and nobody never knew about it?
I'm one of them Renaissance women. So I just pick up things really quickly. I started off
Mhm.
just painting canvas. That's what happened. And then this girl was like, "I want you
Oh,
to
oh,
write
oh,
with
oh,
me."
oh, oh, technical file on the play. Hold up, hold the hell up. So you telling me you the female JJ Evans? Dynamite?
Yeah. Good time. JJ, yes. That's
Oh wow.
yeah. And she asked me to write with her and it started and it worked out. We wrote something but I was like, I don't even know how to pick nobody. Like, what am I looking for? So I was like, in order to be behind the scene, you need to
I
be
love
in front of the
it.
scene. So,
Mm.
I
but
love that. I love that, man. I love that, man. That you multi talented like that, man. And then you work with Dr. Spicer, so she definitely gonna push you to the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Because she can be a tough somebody when she want to be. Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Be
That's
tough
good
with
though.
me,
That's good.
okay? Be tough with me. Iron sharpen
Rocky
iron.
da.
So since Doc, you born and raised in Chi-Town, right? And so like
Yes.
like like I always tell you, my pops used to talk about the sound of Chicago. You know, just like you had the sound of Detroit. You know, you had the sound of Philly. You know, so I remember, you know, them vinyl records, and I remember them 45 records, what the old folks called the Capona set. You know what I mean? Uh, uh,
Yes.
so, so let me ask you this about your city.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all waiting on to put the documentary out, The Sound of Chicago?
Mm, that's
Oh,
good.
well, I guess you telling me I need to.
I mean,
The
I thought
city
it
gotta
cause
unite.
you got to think, man. You like it's so many great ones that came out of there, man. From jazz to blues to R&B soul, to gospel, to hip hop, and let's not forget. I remember that I seen a house DJ. I was in Florida, and man, he asked me I listen to house music. I said somewhat. He said you work with artists, right? I said yeah. He said man, so send me send me your artist vocals. And man, listen, man, let me tell you something. That man put their house mix on them vocals, man. Man, this. I was living in Florida then. I probably got about 30 calls in one day.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I
man. And
mean,
so
well,
my point is the hip hop artists now don't really understand what working with the EDM, electronica, a house DJ would really do for your music. Because when they put the mixes on it and they send it to their house community, and that community is over in Switzerland, London, and Turkey, and places like that. If they like you, they gonna bring you overseas. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And that's a whole different audience. So why do you guys think that the artists nowadays don't really understand how big house is, how big EDM DJ is? Just like just like you got one out there in the city that deal with everybody. Sluggo. He deal with a lot of house artists,
Well, Chicago itself is known for house. I mean,
Hmm.
right?
it's the mecca of where house came from. Everything comes house out of Chicago. I mean, it's a running joke in my household that my husband thought house came out of New York. And I'm like, don't you go nowhere in this city and tell nobody that. It came from here, but Chicago is the mecca, and everybody knows that once you put a house spin on anything here, it's gonna run the numbers up, so uh and you're absolutely right. Once you put a house track to anything, it's gonna run your numbers up. That is the
Hmm.
best. That is genius to any song. Anywhere you put a house track to, it's gonna run your numbers up. Um, it's a lot of different. You asked when they're gonna do a documentary on the sound of Chicago. There's a lot of different documentaries that's out there, but there may need to be a new one done. So that might be something I could look into doing. But there's a lot of different things about house music that's out right now. So that might be something I'll look into, and
Well,
I probably
well,
would have fun doing it.
you would. And now when I say a documentary, like you can really see the different parts of documentaries from Motown on, unsung. But I do know that when it and you see a lot of Chicago artists on unsung, like
Yeah.
you see people that either work with Donny Hathaway or he composed for them, but it's a lot of people like you seen Selena Johnson daddy on unsung, you know what I mean? Which he which
Hmm.
which he's one of the best jazz musicians that came out the shop. You know what I mean?
Right.
For years and years. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that sound of the shot, it's a lot of information that people don't know to this day about that sound of Chicago. that I think that would enlighten a lot of people. You know what I mean? Especially what these YNs are doing now. I think it's time to enlighten a lot of people really about that sound and how much music was driven out of Chicago to share not just with the United States but with the world.
Yes, I would agree because right now, Africa, that's like their top music running in Africa,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it would be a great enlightenment for the people all over just to know that. Um,
Hmm.
that's just like some of the greatest house music was made like right in my neighborhood where I grew up at, like
Hmm.
right around the corner. I mean, uh I remember my husband, he would say, "Do you know this song?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was made in the basement around the corner down the street." So grew up with some of these cats that made some of the number one songs that you hear today that's still running. So yeah, that would be very
Yeah,
interesting and fun to make,
it,
so
it
something to
was
look
interesting.
into.
The people don't know about, and the soundproof back then was cardboard boxes and put some thumbtack up with your grandma bed sheets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? I can.
That's
But
Well,
you can have them.
yeah,
yeah.
that would be
Well,
high.
what I would say about it too, I think Chicago needs a new. Well, they need a brand ambassador of music. Meaning, we were younger. We grew up listening to like Common, and then Kanye West came along, and they was giving you that positive music. They was giving you a little soul. They was giving you a little gospel. They was giving
Mhm.
you a lot of feel good. So the focus was solely on music back in that time. And then when the YNs came along and they was about killing and smoking on Tuka and all this other stuff, then it took the focus off of music and then focused it all on the violence of Chicago. So
Mhm.
now Chicago needs that one or two artists that gets the focus back on the music and lessons, because every big city made sure they had violence. You know what I'm saying? But when you start talking about Chicago and New Orleans and certain areas, that's all they focus on is the violent part and not what the good stuff that they bring to the table. As far as in that city, like I told Jacob, I go to Chicago all the time, and it's not just that one side. I'm a lot of times with my work, I'm over in the suburban parts of Chicago or whatever, and all that kind of stuff, or on the other side. So Chicago got a lot more than what you hear about of West Side or South Side Chicago. It's a lot more to it, a whole lot more. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad you said that because I hate when people put the negative on Chicago like it's just this big ball of just bad energy, because it's not like that all the time. It's just the news, the media want to paint that bad picture when Chicago is not that all the time. Is you go to them places, then that's what you're going to get. But that's not Chicago, cuz that ain't me. That ain't Renata. That ain't a lot of my brothers and sisters from here. That's just the bad parts. If you go and you want that type of energy, that's what you're gonna get. But that ain't us.
mhm.
I tell people, when they bring up the YNs and they was like, you heard his music, heard her music. I said, now I haven't heard it, but maybe some of my nieces and nephews heard it. But that ain't the sound of Chicago that I like. I like that sound of Chicago where it's always gonna be legendary. 100 years from now, people be like, man, that was legendary. You know what I mean? And so I think with people that's in the film industry, this there's really so many people that y'all can still touch that even may be older now and just might be collecting their royalty check, but they actually really got something to say, but ain't nobody asked them to say it yet. You know what I mean? So I think there's a really doorway where once people really see that, um, not just people who are music lovers, but people who are music influenced, are music writers, people in the media, people on the news. They're gonna be like, man, ain't nobody never did this before or put this out before. So I think that would be a golden jewel. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
for y'all. And then I think it really could be shown at Columbia University, at University of Chicago, Chicago State. You know what I mean? In Indiana State. You know what I mean? It can be shown at places like that because it's history. Music is education and history, and music is forever evolving. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be a great thing. So you know what I mean?
You know what, Chandra? I had to ask you something. This piqued my curiosity. I'm surprised because, like if you fly on over last time you flew into Chicago, Jacob, but when you get off the plane and the airport just happened to be right in the middle of all the craziness, you know what I'm saying? So I'm actually surprised they haven't actually doing some gentrification in that particular area because it's like if you get off the plane and you ain't never been to Chicago and then the first thing you see is what you hear on the news, it's kind of like that's kind of think that's kind of part of the problem too.
Depends on which airport you're landing
Well, I'm
in.
talking
If
about
you're landing
is it O'Hara? Is that the one?
Midway,
You
that's
talking
Midway,
probably
about
what you're
Midway.
Midway?
talking
Okay,
about.
okay.
Yeah, Midway, and actually Midway, you landing right there and you get off right there in Midway. Right there, it's not really that bad. Right there, not to me.
I
You
think it
know,
depends because when I lived in Arizona and I used to fly back in Midway, I would be so culture shocked. And I'm from Chicago. I would come back and I would see yellow tape and crazy stuff. I'm like, I just got back.
Yeah.
well, I guess, yeah. And I've been to Arizona, so and you from Atlanta, yeah. I guess that would be a culture shock for you, because you're not from here. So, but for me, that dead smack into Midway, but I don't see anything. See, it's hard to ask me that because I don't see anything wrong with what I'm seeing. You know
Well,
what I
well, I'm
mean?
I'm gonna give you a better one. I used to live in Southeast DC for 12 years in the DMV, and the White House ain't but 15 minutes from where I used to live at. So we got we got the White House right here, but you got people getting their head knocked off. You got people out there on the sherm stick, and you got the caution yellow tape everywhere. But the White House right here. So it may not be a shock to you because you from there. And as I lived there for a little while, maybe like 2, 3 years after I lived there, I was like, oh, this is just normal. I'm gonna get used to it. So, I mean, I feel what you're saying, but when when some of my homeboys from South Carolina came to visit me, they like, nigga, you live like this? When you become a gangster? When you become I said, man, ain't no gangster, bro. They was like,
You
oh
know
no,
what?
bro.
Let me rephrase it then. When you pass the hotels city, where the hotels are, then because it's like the airport is the hotels. Then you
And
pass
them,
the hotels. Then it's like, oh, it's a shocker. After the
and
hotels.
them
Yeah.
hotels is a shocker
Yeah.
too. I had to stay in one of them. Girl. Oh, I can't even talk about it out loud.
but yeah,
Hey,
but
hey,
you're
hey,
cool,
hey,
boy.
it ain't bad as DC and Maryland though. Maryland and DC
Nah,
hotels are the way they terrible. Oh
man,
my
man.
God, Maryland! I hate going to Maryland hotel. They are trash. Oh
And,
my God.
and, and, and man, let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, man, if you if you can walk outside and not see some of that, you should be understanding to be like, oh yeah, man, I'm all right. But if you not from a place and you had to experience it, and that place, like I tell people that South Carolina raised me, but DC put some umph on me. You know what I mean? That DMV area, cause I can tell you this right here. I had cousins up there be like, here, man, put this in your hand. You gonna need this. I went there 2 days, and my cousin gave me a 9 millimeter. I went in there 2 days.
Oh
Oh
boy.
God. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah. He said, oh,
Oh,
you
you needed
you
a
gonna need this,
nine.
bro. Yeah, he said you gonna need this, bro. He said He said this ain't South Cat.
Oh
This
Lord.
ain't this ain't South Cat at all. He said
There's
they get
some
down
parts
with
of
the hit.
Miami like that. There's definitely some
Yeah.
parts of Miami. You don't want to go in the studio in Miami in certain parts without being
No.
tuned up. You know what I mean?
Oh
Definitely.
boy.
You
You know
definitely
what I
don't want
mean?
to go to the definitely want to go to the Poker Green Project like that down in Miami because that's one way in, one way out.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah.
I
I
can get
mean,
away with
hey,
that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Out of all the places I go all over across the country, because you know I go everywhere, the one place that I be having my head on the swivel the most is California. Like,
Mm.
and I ain't even talking about like Compton and all that. I'm talking about San Bernardino. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them. Anything with sand in front of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't mess around.
Oh wow. Really?
Really? I was in San
Yeah.
Diego. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look,
Oh,
San
oh,
Francisco?
San
oh,
Diego ain't
oh,
that bad because it's like
Sandy.
San Diego ain't that bad, but some of them other sands, you know what I'm saying? Like with them, you know what I mean? With them essays and all them be,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Wait,
It just depends on where you go in San Diego because
Yeah.
if you go to San Diego where it's nothing but essays everywhere you look, it's an essay and and you and you got dark skin like the back and forth with the neck. No,
I'm
huh?
not. I wouldn't
in
Mhm.
go
San
with them.
Diego,
Yeah, oh
Huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
they don't like us. They don't like us.
No,
Oh boy.
no. So
Mhm.
you get it through your head. Don't nobody like us, man.
No, I'm about to
We
say,
su-
who like?
we superior to everybody.
Yeah. I wish I had my homeboy. He'll Pyru from San Diego, so he could tell me exactly how they are out there. You know what I mean?
He would, bro say not at all.
Yeah, because he even told me, bro. He's like, man, if you in San Diego, I let you, I holler at the family. You can go out there and stay with them, but you better let me know before you get there.
Mm.
So I'm
It's
like,
that
okay,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
Mm.
mind.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
stay over
Oh yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
man. We just ain't got man. We shot everywhere.
Yeah, so
Hey, hey,
you gotta think like,
hey,
especially California, that's the king of checking in. Like you better check in California. You can't just go there and just be okay. All right.
I didn't know no better then because I think I moved there, but I moved to Burbank. I don't think it was bad
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
okay.
Oh, that got to be
She
the
said
bird
you
or
gotta
something.
check in.
hey,
You
hey,
gotta
You
check
so
all
in
so
bougie,
fast.
you all
so
bougie five,
so
you bougie.
so hold on, Renata.
You live
So
in Burbank.
you mean
Burbank.
to
What
tell
you talking about?
you mean to tell me
That's like moving to Bel Air.
no
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Renata, so you mean to
It was
tell
like
me
this.
that you moved out that you moved out there to go shopping with the real housewives?
No, I went there to live because I was allergic to Arizona.
You was
Yeah,
And I
allergic.
love
yeah,
Arizona.
The
Wait a
yeah.
I
air,
love
minute.
Phoenix.
Wait a
I
minute.
love Phoenix.
Renata.
I
yeah,
love
the
Phoenix.
air was causing me to have bronchitis and stuff. So they told me to move,
Okay.
and I moved to Cali for a little bit, and that's when I worked my first movie and blah 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 blah.
Okay. I love Phoenix.
Oh
I love
Lord, I
everything about
find out
Phoenix.
something new every day. You live
Mm-hmm.
because you was allergic to Arizona. Oh Lord, that's the comedy bit right there.
I love
Was allergic to the city.
allergic to the city.
Yeah, I didn't never have allergies or asthma until I moved there.
I'm trying to figure
Bro,
out how
you
because it's dry
Maurice,
heat.
you a trip.
It's
He
dry
said
Leave
heat.
me
How you get
alone,
bronchitis and dry heat?
huh?
How you get bronchitis and dry heat? I'm trying to figure that one out.
I think because I'm from the Midwest, because I'm from Illinois. So when I went there, it was like the opposite for
Got
me.
and they tell us to move there to
If
get
you got
away.
it here, though, if you got it here, then they tell you to go to Phoenix to get better. I was fine here, and then I went there and lost my mind.
So you in Chicago now? You in
I'm
California?
back in Chicago now.
No, she here with
Okay.
us.
Oh, okay.
I,
Got
I only went back to take care of my mama, but I had to leave. I couldn't stay there. I can't breathe there. It's
Mm-mm-mm.
beautiful
you.
though.
Yeah.
Now
Oh
that's funny.
yeah.
Well,
That's
listen, man, listen. This has
that's
been
funny.
a very, this has been a very, 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 cutting,
Oh God, I got.
cutting.
Hey,
This
I'm
has
allergic
been
to
a very
city.
cutting edge cutting edge episode. You know what I mean? To say the less. So
I got to
it's
meet. I
fine,
got to
but
meet Beyonce and Solange's little sister. You know what I'm saying? On here tonight.
You said
yeah,
what now?
yeah, yeah.
I said I got to meet Beyonce and Solange's little sister here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, man, I can't, I can't. But you never know who you're gonna meet with King Jacob, brother.
Lord. Oh God.
Yeah,
Y'all was
man.
enjoyed.
So
Y'all was fun. We
no
That
doubt, no
was
doubt.
fun.
So, but that's what's about coming on my show 95 South, now on sports, man, coming on shows and having a good time, man, because the world is such in a Debbie Downer mood, especially since you got that orange bandit on the loose. You know what I mean? So man, whatever we do, we got to
Oh,
have fun.
he said
We got to
orange
have fun.
bandit.
Yeah, the orange bandit on the loose. You know what I mean? Not the
I
orange,
had to
the
think
orange,
about who he
orange.
was
I know.
talking
I was
about.
like a little
I was like,
delayed.
Orange Bandit.
I
Who
Yeah,
was
is
like,
yeah,
that?
who?
Man,
yeah,
who is it? Then
yeah,
I thought I
What
said,
is
oh, him.
who burnt?
yeah, yeah.
Like what?
I know who it is. You know who it is
I
too.
know now. I know now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you the orange bandit. He on the
Oh
loose, man.
Lord, he
He
on the
on the loose,
loose.
man. Man. I said, boy, everything that went up from eggs, the ground beef, to
To
gas.
anxiety.
Even the baby pacifier costs about $10 now. Lord have mercy.
He said
Lord
the
have
baby
mercy.
pacifier. Heck no.
Man. So man, y'all give y'all shout outs and any big announcements y'all got, drop them.
Oh boy. First, thanks, bro, Maurice, for coming on. Thank you, Robert Honey Bun,
Thank
for
you,
coming
bro.
on tonight. And thank you, Iconi. It's been a long time. My
I know.
key died.
I know, right?
Can't take my brother away from me. I miss y'all. Right? Oh,
Hey
and
boy,
thank you always.
hey Chandra, hey man, I thought you about to bust out that Miss Singing song, Color Pepper. Me and you should never part.
Yeah, I was finna go
And you
there,
know
boy.
what? That's
All
my
right.
sister's favorite movie. She used to watch that every year religiously on Christmas Day.
Really,
That was her
man.
Christmas Day movie every Christmas. You know what I
That
mean?
that is like a staple. That for when people I love, I always be like,
I was in that play. I was in a color
what?
purple.
See, look
Mhm.
at that. All
Yeah.
these plays,
I
all
was.
these plays,
Yeah,
all
my
these plays.
cousin best friend was in The Color Purple. She didn't have a speaking role, but she was Celie's dad's wife. Not the dark skinned woman. It was a scene where he was and he was down, he was getting married, and it was a light skinned woman he was marrying, and she was sitting
Oh,
in the pew, and she kind of looked back. She kind of looked back in the camera.
uh-huh.
My cousin. That was her best friend that played that part.
Hmm,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I
that's
remember that
nice.
part. I remember he left me the money though.
Mm,
That
Yeah.
part. That was what she
So
said.
so 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 since y'all talking about that, if you had to pick a ignorant ass character on these on this movie, right? Which would you
Mhm.
say is the most ignorant character? Would you say Danny Glover on Color Purple, or would you say Lawrence Fishburne on What's Love Got to Do with It?
Shoot, they both ignorant.
oh,
But,
I don't want neither one of those.
mm-mm.
I always gotta go with Lawrence Fishburne because every time he cussed out anime and he get stuttering, that's what used to get me. The way he was stuttering, you know what I'm saying?
I,
When he get the stuttering,
I'll
yeah,
say him too because she got to whoop his tail at the end.
and
yeah.
I
Yeah.
say that movie too because he told her he was gonna kill her if she down on him.
Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
said.
Like
She
I
said.
don't
Listen, I kill you. Kill me.
know, but
Give me. I kill you.
got
I
what?
kill you.
I
You know how
said.
much
I
money you
said.
cost me. You know how much money
I
you cost
said.
me. I
said.
kill you.
She said. I'm sorry. Yeah. You sorry.
You
You
sorry.
sorry, motherfucker. I meant. Sorry, motherfucker. I meant.
Yeah. And see, the thing about with him is that's a real person. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing about with you know what I'm saying with Ike. That was a real person that really happened. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Then I kill you. You know how much money it cost me? You know how much money it cost me? I kill you down me.
But
Oh,
when I told that doctor, he said, Mr. Turner, she's ill. It's gonna be about 2 weeks. He's like, what, doc? Oh no, doc, you can't do that. Oh no, doc. We got
we got
now the problem.
cardiac
He said,
halt. We got
Judge,
cardiac
the name
halt.
stay the
We gotta
name
make
stay hidden.
money.
The
I
name
We
stay
said,
gotta make money. I didn't took care of that. I didn't took care of that. Your mama, the
Da-da-da-da-da.
baby gonna stay with your mama and your sister. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I
No.
yeah.
I said I got San Antonio. I got Spokane. Oh, we can't do that, doc.
Yeah, that Lawrence Fishburne, he played the hell out of that part. I ain't
He
gonna
sure
lie.
did.
And I think Lawrence Fishburne had a lot of people mad at him for years, or in real life.
He
We really
did
had him,
that.
and he was like for real.
Yeah,
Maurice
hey,
crazy.
Maurice, you
He
right.
wrote that
You right,
damn
Maurice.
song out of May and
Hey,
couldn't
my
sing
brother
them
Joe.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that song the other day, that Nut Bush song. Nut Bush. I was thinking about that the other day.
Nut Bush.
What up,
Hey
Maurice?
man,
What up, big dog?
hey man,
Oh,
that was a movie that I think that might be one of the best movies that Lawrence Fishburne ever did. His acting on that movie was like, man, slim to none, man. It was so great. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Never forget it.
Yeah.
no,
Oh yeah. Definitely.
never,
Definitely.
Well,
never, ever forget it. Never forget it.
well, well, ladies, do y'all got some announcements or any shout outs you want to give? I know y'all, but is any announcements y'all want to, so we can promote whatever y'all got going on as far as up and coming events or anything like that?
Up and coming, I want y'all to look out for Mrs. Miller when that comes out, the Christmas Blueprint when that comes out, the Tides of Time when that comes out, the Plight of Independent Filmmaker when it comes out, Forgive or Die when it comes out, and I know it's got to be one more I'm missing, but you
Oh,
know
oh,
what I'm
oh,
talking
oh,
about.
now,
You got
Renata,
more
hold on,
movies than
man,
two
hold on,
goddamn
man,
music.
hold on, man, hold on, man.
And go watch A Wonderful Life.
You got more movies than they got lotion than Victoria's Secret. What you
But
got
the
Oh,
going
thing
you
is,
need
on,
ain't
to
none
man?
of them
you
came
need
out
to
yet.
talk about your EP you just dropped.
uh, oh yeah, I wrote a couple songs and then came out.
And he talked about the woman he couldn't forget. He's in pre-production of the woman he couldn't forget. You couldn't forget Twio Entertainment
Okay.
Films.
Yep,
We're part of that.
yep.
So that's
Shout out,
new
bro.
on the rise.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Renata just she's a songwriter, so she just dropped some music today. It was just
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
released
yeah,
today.
yeah,
Um,
man. Brother Maurice got got more films than Tyler Perry, man.
Yep. Because you know the devil tried. I tell you.
He always making a
yeah,
film, boy. For sure.
He
and
trying to catch up
But
with 50, ain't
yeah.
he?
But but
stay tuned for I just dropped the song. I'm always dropping music, but I just dropped a song called Beautiful. It's a women empowerment song. I dedicated it to my daughter. A song and video. I play with create some AI videos. I know you don't like that Ikon E, but I play with AI. And
That's
I
all good.
play with some AI. I play with
Yep.
some AI videos. And so I just dropped the AI video and dedication of my daughter. My daughter is the image of the video.
Uh-huh.
And it is an empowerment song for Black queens. So I just dropped that last Friday. So that's out.
Okay.
Um and it's gonna be a placement. And I actually posted a flyer today for a new stage play called I Am Not an Option. So stay tuned for that. That's coming.
Okay, girl.
So yeah, get ready for that. And of course, Mrs. Miller, stay tuned. It's in post and it's being edited currently right now. So when the premiere happens and after the film festival and all of that stuff, we'll let you know.
All right,
What's up?
that's what's up, man. That's I
Gotta
want to
come to
thank
the
y'all for.
premiere.
Oh, they
Huh?
Oh yeah,
coming.
yeah. I plan on. I plan on.
You got to
They
let as
coming.
long as I know ahead of time. Let us know what's up.
Oh, you coming. You coming.
You coming? Okay, well,
She said you come. Yeah,
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 you coming.
yeah. I'm gonna be in the building with that big head hat on. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, y'all coming. Y'all for
I'm
sure.
gonna,
Oh,
I'm gonna come.
oh,
I'm gonna
oh,
come. I'm gonna
oh,
come with a whole bear on because I know it's gonna be cold as hell if it's in the wintertime.
Yeah, but you
Come
gonna
on,
land smack
come
dead in
on with an
Midway
old
before you
grizzly
get
on.
there. What's up? What's going on?
Y'all gonna think I'm an old pimp. I'm gonna come with a whole grizzly bear on.
Oh,
hey,
Maurice
well.
said that sounds like a threat. Yeah.
well, well, I can if you come with a whole grizzly bear on, and they gonna think you're a pimp, you definitely in the right place.
Oh Lord Jesus! Oh no! Don't come like that. Then they be like, "What's up, dog? You come to steal my girls? What's up?"
Right. Especially around Midway.
Oh Lord. Hey, Maurice, you coming to pick us up? You know what I'm saying? You might need security.
He gonna
You,
say y'all good. He gonna come get y'all.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord, have
yeah,
mercy.
man, yeah, man. But man, it's time for us to get on up out of here, and y'all have a great night. Once again, I thank y'all for coming on, man, for sure.
Thank you for
For
having
sure.
us.
Thank you for
Nice meeting
having
you,
us. Thank
Icon.
you.
all right, thank
Uh,
you. Nice
Big
meeting you.
bros.
uh,
All right.
Peace and blessings.
Bye.
Peace.